What's up, guys? Back again for some more One Piece action. No break this week, so we got a brand new chapter. Let's jump right in. Chapter 1118, entitled Being Free. All right, what do we got? So, Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 8. Setting off. All right, so we see Yamato. Looks like she's leaving the Flower Capital. Flower Capital's in the background. See everyone kind of cheering her off. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But let's jump into this chapter. All right, so if you guys remember at the end of the last chapter, Egghead was going crazy. Straw Hats and their allies are trying to make their final escape. We had Gorosei trying to stop them, trying to stop Vegapunk's message. They ended up, taking down the Iron Giant, or at least knocking it down, which seems to have stopped the message. But the question is that going to completely stop it, or will it kickstart again once the Iron Giant recovers? The Gorosei, obviously, they recognize the Iron Giant, so maybe we're going to get a little bit more on that and kind of an explanation of how the Iron Giant was able to attack Mary Joie all those years ago. But let's jump in. All right. Total panic. All right. So that totally describes what Egghead is like right now. Everyone's going crazy. So what do we got? Jump overboard. Is that a metal creature? All right. So we see these are naval people. They're running around. It's going to sink the ship. All right. And then all of a sudden, okay, the Iron Giant, that's what they're looking at. So the Iron Giant, when it got knocked off of, wherever it was by the Gorosei, it comes flying down and it's landed and it, creates like a massive wave, all these naval ships, everyone's getting knocked all about, everything's going crazy, they have no idea what's going on, where this thing just massive giant just came from. All right, yeah, so we got this epic shot right here, giant landing on its back. You see all the ships kind of swing in the massive tidal wave that came from it landing. All right, what do we got? It says crash. And their name was, wait, okay, we got some craziness going on. And then it looks like the Iron Giant is starting to sink, right? But then it says, where are you? Who is that the Iron Giant? Like, who is he talking to? Is he talking to Luffy, aka Joy Boy? And then yeah, okay, so yep, we see the giant. The giant is sinking right there. You see the glub glub, the water, filling it up, obviously. And he's like, "Where did you go, Joy Boy?" Yep. So he's calling out to him. Now the question is, do you guys think Luffy can hear, the Iron Giant calling out to him, asking him where he is? We've seen him do it with, uh, you know, the Sea Beast when he went down to Fishman Island. He was able to hear Zunisha. So is Luffy gonna be able to hear this? He's like, I wanted our paths to cross. You were here, right, Joy Boy? How strange. How very strange. All right, so, the Iron Giant sensed that Joy Boy was there, but never actually got to put eyes on him. So he's like, it was you, Joy Boy, wasn't it? That's who I sensed. All right, and then what do we got? Okay, we're cutting back over here. So we got, you know, the massive boar, Gorosei, he's just overlooking everything. And they're like, now, what the hell is that? A giant boar. Okay, so the Navy guys are looking on. They're like, "What the hell is that? A giant boar? A mammoth? What's the deal with this crazy island?" And then we see him. He's just kind of looking on. And then, oh, okay, wait. What do we got? So we got a Den Den Mushi right here. And then it's like, did something go wrong? He was cut off mid sentence. All right, so we saw the giant, we saw the message, get cut off at the end of last chapter. But I feel like Vegapunk would have, prepared for this. He would have had some sort of redundancy in case, something happened like this. The Iron Giant got knocked over. Like, will it be able to enable itself again? And we see everyone, people around the world, they're looking on. They're like, hey, what happened? They have no idea how crazy the battle is going on there. They're just seeing Vegapunk's message that was, recorded beforehand. And they're like, what could have caused the broadcast termination? Now that I think about it, what could have killed a genius like Vegapunk in the first place? All right, so now people are having a little bit of time to start, really thinking about things that he said, kind of the situation that brought about this message. And, they're starting to be like, wait, how did the world's smartest man get killed? Like, they're starting to question these things. All right, and then we got Koza over here, so it looks like we're back in Alabasta. And they're like, don't tell me someone's had him killed. He did say he committed grave sins, but the government wouldn't just erase them or erase him, would they? All right, so they're like, yeah, he admitted to sins, but it's Vegapunk. Like, come on, the world government's not gonna kill him, right? They're like, no, no way. Remember what was happening before all this? Straw Hat Luffy was holding him hostage. All right, Morgan's over there kind of manipulating the situation with the World Economic Journal, saying that Luffy is taking Vegapunk hostage when in reality Vegapunk actually asked Luffy and them for his help. And they're like, this is obviously the work of those dastardly pirates, which is a little bit odd thing to say considering, where this panel is taking place. We're in Alabasta. We know that Luffy and the gang saved Alabasta. Now, we know that the news was manipulated to kind of reflect that Smoker was the one that took down Crocodile, I believe it was. But, some of the people should recognize and be like, nah, Luffy's not that kind of person. And then where are we going? Okay. The world government would never kill off the world's greatest mind, even if he did break a few laws. All right. So the people around the world like do not truly understand to the extent of how badly he broke the taboo. And, you know, because they're not really informed on the world government, just being from whatever island that they're from, they don't understand how seriously the world government takes, researching the poneglyphs. They don't understand how, you know, the Gorosei is obviously trying to cover up something and cannot let their past be exposed. And then now where are we going? Okay, now we're in Dressrosa. We got Rebecca and Leo. And he's like, so it really was Luffy Land. And she's like, look at like, come on, you already know it wasn't Luffy. And then okay, we're cutting back to Egghead right now, and then someone's calling out to York. They're like, York, huh? What's up? How many of you Vegapunks survive? Okay, so this must be the Gorosei reaching out to York, I'm guessing. How many of you Vegapunks survived? Vegapunks? Other than me? So she's like, wait, you mean other than me? How many survived? She's like, I just checked who's still interfacing with Punk Records. There's only two left. All right. Wait, shouldn't there be three? Shouldn't Edison still be alive? I think that's Edison. All right. But we got Lilith and what's her name? And they're like, Lilith is still up on this stratum, and Atlas is down at the northeast coast. All right, so York, just continuing to be a traitor, dropping dimes on where her fellow Vegapunks are right now. And then he's like, shall we eliminate them? Yes. Punk Records appears to have been programmed to function and grow even after the Stella's termination. All right, so they're like, yo, it's still working even though the main Stella body is gone. The main Stella was the one that had the devil fruit that created this power and led to all this technology. So the fact that it's still working after he's dead, I think that's kind of confirming to the Gorosei we don't need Vegapunks. Obviously I think they're gonna keep York around to kind of exploit her knowledge, but as far as the other Vegapunks, like, hey, we don't need you. And he's like, we can benefit from it through York. The other two geniuses are nothing but loose ends. All right. So clearly, Gorosei knows that these Vegapunks, are not going to turn tail and join their side. So, like, we just need to eliminate them. We already got one. That's all we need. We got York. All right. And then what is it? Okay, we got the giant ship right now, over on the coast. This is where the Straw Hats, all the Straw Hats, a Thousand Sunny, Luffy and the guys, this is where they're trying to rally right now. This is the escape plan. Hop on the giant ship and get out of Dodge. And they're like, set sail, let's get out of here. And then, okay, right there we got Luffy and Dory and Broggy. They're like, yo, we're hopping on. And then you see them like launch themselves off the coast and they catch the end of the ship right there. They're like, oops, Daisy. Captains, all right. And it's kind of crazy. You can see just the size of Dory and Broggy in comparison to, some of the naval ships that you see in the panel. All right. And then we see them, Luffy, Dory, and Broggy. They're all hopping on. They're all smiles. They're like, you made it. Woo, of course. And then we see, oh, even Bonnie, she's like, Luffy, what do we got right here? All right. So we see Luffy. He's over there like, yeah. Whoa, so this is a giant ship. So he's like tripping out. He's like, anytime Luffy sees something that he thinks is cool, doesn't matter what the situation is, he's gonna stop and admire and be like, whoa, this is awesome. He's like, it's so huge. He's like, wait, where's Usopp? Isn't he here? What about Chopper? So all we can see, in this panel, we got Dory, Broggy, Luffy, and then we got Frankie and Sanji, and we know that, Bonnie is there as well. All right, what do we got next? Okay, so it looks like Bonnie came through, putting up a little defense right here. So, damn it all, chase them down. There's no way we can let them escape when we have this many battleships. And they're like, the Giants are too tough. Are you two gonna be okay? And then the next thing we see Doll and Bluegrass over there, and they're like little kid version. So we know that Bonnie hit them with her power. And they're like, Vice Admiral Doll. She's like, Bonnie, that bitch. She turned me into a little girl. Oh, it looks like even the sea beast, the mechanical sea beast, And they're like, it's so frustrating to be rendered helpless like this. Her ability is incredible, and she's just, Bluegrass just kind of looking like, oh damn, like she shrunk me. Okay, and then what do we got? Okay, so we see someone up on, I think that's Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie right there. Bonnie's like, you Marines are gonna be in hot water for letting me get away, huh? And she's got a little smile on her face. And then she's like, who's that? I think Oimo or Kashi. They're like, you look pretty beaten up, Kashi. Okay, so Oimo's up, standing up. Kashi's on the ground. And then we see Luffy. He sees him. He's like, Oimo, Kashi. He's jumping on him. He's like, Sanji here. We successfully set off, Nami. How's it looking up there? All right, so this is time for the rendezvous. We got to get the Thousand Sunny from the top, Punk Records, all the way on top of the giant ship right now. And they're like, we'll be right behind you. Straw Hat, I've been itching to see you again. All right. So I'm guessing maybe they don't intend on actually landing on the giant ship, maybe just, getting next to it. All right, what do we got? And then, like, we'll be able to launch into the ocean thanks to Edison, but we may need you guys to help us land safely. All right, so Nami, communicating what the plan is about to be. Of course, Nami-san, Robin-chan, and Lilith-chan are my okay. So obviously, this is Sanji responding by how he responds. And then what do we got? Okay, so we see Sanji. He's like, even if you sink, nothing could stop me from rescuing you ladies. All right, so full on Simp Sanji. And then we see Usopp, chiming in. He's like, why not save everyone, jerk? He's like, I'll make sure this ship isn't damaged. Okay, so Frankie, we got Sanji who cares about the ladies. We got Frankie who cares about the ship. And then, Usopp's like, damn it, which one of you is going to save me? He's like, stop forgetting the rest of us. All right. Oh, and then I think Gorosei is about to be closing in again. He's like, something's coming from above the island. It looks like some giant type of pterodactyl bird flying in. Yep. Coming in. Just looks like crazy rate of speed, I'm guessing. And then we see Sanji and Bonnie over there. So Bonnie, dot, dot, dot. And then Sanji, he's like, another elder. They're really coming after us now, huh? All right. So they are like determined to stop the Straw Hats from getting away. Now what do we got? Okay, so we see Luffy. He's getting charged back up. He's got some food, some giant sized food right here. And they're like, oh my, you must be Straw Hat Luffy. Seeing Luffy, he's just ripping into this giant piece of meat right there. He's like, the captain's warned me about your appetite. That's why I had a bunch of food ready. But I wasn't planning on serving this all in one go. Like, obviously, they didn't warn him quite enough at the size of Luffy's appetite. He's like, sorry, I gotta fill up now. Just cook some more for me later. Yeah. You really eat a lot, don't you? All right, so Luffy knows they're not out of the, danger yet. He may still have to fight, so he's trying to get repowered back up and get back out on the deck, I'm guessing. And then, okay, looks like we got some of the giants right here, taking a blast from the Gorosei. They got their shields up right there. They're like, protect the little people. All right, so it's cool. They're still protecting all the Straw Hats and everyone. But, they can see it. They're like, oh, man, this is hot. This is hot. So it's like some type of flame breath, I'm guessing. All right. They're like, Jorn, Sig, you guys hanging in there? Put out the flames. And we just see the Giant's battleship has now been engulfed in flames. We can't let the sails catch fire. All right. So if the sails catch fire, especially with the giant size of this ship, they'll just be dead in the water. So, they don't have like a coup de burst. Doesn't look like they have any paddle wheels to kind of bail them out of the situation. So they need to get this fire put out like ASAP. Maybe Jinbei will be able to come in and kind of use some Fishman karate as the Thousand Sunny is getting launched off of Punk Records. Jinbei can kind of dive into the ocean and use, some Fishman karate and put the fire out. Okay, what do we got? And then we see the naval personnel. They're like, they're just looking on. They're like, what is that? Is that a bird month? Like, what the hell? So, they didn't see all the Gorosei members getting summoned. They didn't see them, transform. I'm not even sure how many of these people even really know what the Gorosei looks like. They're so low level fodder, but who knows? And then what do we got? Okay, so we see one of the giants looks like kind of taken down. Looks like he's engulfed in flames. We got Sanji. We got what's your name, Bonnie, right there. And then we got Kuma. Okay, perfect. He's like, I owe you one. Thanks for having our backs, giant. He's like, let's move Vegapunk and Daddy. Oh damn. Okay, so they still got whatchamacall, I think Stella's body with them, if I'm not mistaken. They'll burn. I'll carry them. All right. Okay, now we see Dory and Broggy. He's like, guess there's no ignoring these monsters. If they can fly, they can chase us to the ends of the world. All right. Are we about to see a Gorosei member actually get like taken down, or at least knocked unconscious? They need a clean getaway, and as long as there's a Gorosei member, that's capable of flying, they won't be in the clear. And he's like, not a sing. This is a Gorosei. Not a single one of you will be permitted to escape. And then we see Frankie kind of look up. He's like, "Hmm, what you got in your mind, Frankie?" Damn. Okay. Wait. Whoa. All of a sudden, they're like, "It's another earthquake." All right, my belly's full. Let's go. Is Luffy about to be like in some massive form now that he's eaten? Like, what's going on here? We see, you see the giant ship kind of up in the air. You see all the other battleships, smaller battleships right there. And then they're like, what the hell's going on? They're like, no way. Is what we heard true? Are the sea levels really still rising? All right, this seems kind of an abrupt and weird moment for the sea level to just drastically rise. I'm wondering, you guys think this has something to do with like the Iron Giant? Are we about to see a comeback from the Iron Giant? Is he gonna, exchange some words with Luffy? Are we about to get a little revelation about the connection between the Iron Giant and Joy Boy? And then what do we? Okay, so we see Luffy over there, and he's in his Gear 5 form, and he's like Bonnie, and she's like looking at him. She's like, "It's Nika." He's like, again, I've got no idea who you're talking about. So Luffy still doesn't understand. He's just, to him, he's just him. You know what I mean? He's just being himself. And then we see Dory and Bragi over there. They're like, it's like a festive beat. We can't both dance around like this, you blockhead. Who's gonna put out the fire? So they're supposed to be putting out the fire, dealing with the Gorosei, but now that Luffy's in his transform mode, got the drums of liberation going, and you just see the giants like getting into it. And then, okay, what do we got? He's like, come on, don't you want to blow these guys out of the water? So this is Luffy asking Bonnie, right? She's like, I couldn't keep up with you in that form. But we've seen Bonnie. She's had the ability to do what is it called, distorted future, where she changes into a Nika form. So he's like, of course you can. I don't know how your powers work, but I'm sure you've got this. Oh, that's just how I look when I'm totally free. All right, so here we go. Bonnie's doing it again. Distorted future. Give me a future, and she's starting to look like Luffy when he gets all muscle. Damn. Okay, and then we see Kuma all bloodied up right there. And he's like, you can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well. All right, so a little flashback reminiscing. Yo, look at this. Yo, this is such a sick panel right here. We got Luffy and Bonnie in like full on free Nika form right here. Bonnie, she got the Nika hair going. She's like, where I'm totally free. And then we see Luffy, he's just loving it. He's like, that's the spirit, Bonnie. Oh my god, that's such an epic panel. I'm loving it. And then they're like, what the hell are they? Bonnie's like, I did it. Yeah. And they're like, wait, two Nikas. They're becoming albino giants. All right, come on. This has got to be setting up the showdown next chapter between the Gorosei and the Nika twins right now. And then, okay, yep, we just hear the beat in the background, and we see Luffy. He's got a big old smile. He's like, let's do this. And then Bonnie looks over and she's like, yeah, let's do it. And then, okay, I think both of them, they're like, I sense something is amiss. We must hurry. And then she's like, there you are. Okay, so the Iron Giant still alive, not completely out of the battle yet, but is definitely sunken down to the ground, or, to the sea bottom right now. But he can still sense, like, now that Luffy is transformed, and even now that Bonnie is transformed, he's like, there you are. Okay, so I'm guessing maybe we're gonna get a showdown next chapter. Luffy, Bonnie are gonna start throwing down with the Gorosei. Things are gonna be getting crazy, and I feel like the Iron Giant's gonna pop up, to save the day or to create a screen, for the giant ship to get away, let Luffy and the guys get away. But oh, I can't get over how sick that panel looks with Luffy and Bonnie in their Gear 5 forms. Like, just epic. But let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you guys think is about to be coming up next week. I don't think we have a break. Yep, doesn't say there's any break, so hopefully we jump straight into it next week. But other than that, have a wonderful day, guys.